It was one of those rainy Thursdays that make the whole city feel heavy. I remember walking into the Corner Cup, my favorite little cafe tucked away on a quiet London street. I wasn't running from the rain. I was running from my thoughts. Work had been exhausting, my heart still a little bruised from the past, and I just needed a moment to breathe. The cafe smelled like cinnamon and comfort. I ordered my usual, an oat milk latte, extra hot, and sat by the window, watching raindrops race each other down the glass. That's when I saw him. He walked in, shaking rain from his hair, looking completely out of place in his sharp suit. He fumbled for change, apologized softly to the barista, and gave this small, nervous smile that somehow made the whole room feel lighter. I don't know why, but I couldn't look away. Our eyes met for the briefest second, just long enough to make my heart stumble. I looked down quickly, pretending to read something on my phone. But when I looked up again, he was walking toward me. And that's how it started. The first moment of something I didn't even know I'd been waiting for. The next Thursday, I went back to the Corner Cup. I told myself it was just for the coffee, but deep down, I think I was hoping to see him again. And I did. He smiled when he saw me, like it wasn't a coincidence at all. We ended up sharing a table, and what started as polite small talk turned into hours of conversation. His name was Ethan. He was an architect, creative, calm, thoughtful. I told him about how I used to paint, before I got too busy just surviving. The rain outside stopped, but neither of us noticed. It was easy, being around him, like talking to someone I'd known for years. After that, Thursdays became ours. Every week, we'd meet at the same table, order the same drinks, and talk about everything from favorite movies to quiet fears we'd never told anyone else. It wasn't love at first sight. It was slower, gentler, the kind of connection that grows quietly until one day you realize your whole world revolves around it. But then everything changed. Ethan got a job offer, his dream project in New York. 6 months away, he said. He promised he'd come back. I smiled, said I was happy for him. But deep down, I felt something breaking. At first, we called every night, then every few days. Then the messages got shorter, the time difference longer, and the silence heavier. I still went to the cafe every Thursday. Same seat, same latte, but the other side of the table stayed empty.
A year later, I stopped going to the Corner Cup. It hurt too much sitting there, surrounded by memories that weren't coming back. But that afternoon, the rain was falling again, just like the day we met. Something pulled me back. Maybe curiosity, maybe hope. When I walked in, everything looked different: new faces, new decor, but it still smelled like cinnamon and comfort. And then I saw him, Ethan, sitting at our old table by the window, a single latte in front of him. He looked tired, older maybe, but still had that same gentle smile. For a moment, I just stood there, my heart racing like it was that first rainy Thursday all over again. Then I finally walked over and said, "Still ordering for two?" He turned, and when our eyes met, the whole world went quiet. No words, no explanations, just two people finding their way back after getting lost. He smiled and said, "I kept the seat warm for you." So I sat down, and just like that, it felt like no time had passed at all. Maybe love doesn't need grand gestures or perfect timing. Maybe it just needs a little patience and the right person to come back through the door. As we sat there, sipping our lattes, the rain fell softly against the window exactly like it had the day we met. And I couldn't help but think, some stories don't end where they're supposed to. Some stories just find their way home.